Hey there, welcome back. It's Mr. Ray, and today we're doing factoring by grouping. And today is part one, factor by grouping for quadratics. What's a quadratic? X squared. And next time I'll do x to the third, x to the fourth, okay? So let's get started with the first one. Okay, here's the first one. Now the first one is going to be a little bit easier than the other ones. So what we want to do when we do factor by grouping is we want to take a look at what we can take out of the terms. What can we factor out the first two terms? Yeah, we can factor out an x times x plus 3. Can we do the same for the next two terms? Yes, we can. We can factor out a 2, right? The next two terms. So plus, we're going to have a plus 2 times x plus 3, okay? Now, what can we, when we take a look at these, what can we what do they have in common? There's an x plus 3 here and an x plus 3 here. So I'm going to write x plus 3, parentheses, the same factor. Now, what is left here? Okay, well, I'm going to make parentheses and put what is left here there. There's an x. Parentheses, what is left here? A plus 2, okay? So my answer is going to be x plus 3 times x plus 2. And if you've been following my channel, that's definitely going to be x squared plus 5x plus 6, okay? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm looking for something I can factor out of the first two terms, something I can factor out the last two terms. First two terms, last two terms, okay? And then I'm going to factor out that binomial, okay? And then I want to look at what was here right next to the binomial, because that's going to give me a binomial. Okay, now that sounds confusing. Hold on, let's do another example. Okay, the next example is 3x squared plus 8x plus 4, factor by grouping. Now I know this looks different. This looks different because we have 3 terms, not 4. So Mr. Ray, I can't do it like you just showed me. Wait a minute. We need to do a first step because usually your problems are going to look like this. ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So what we need to do is we need to multiply a times c. Follow me on this. A times c is equal to 12. What are the factors of 12 that add up to the middle b term? Well, the factors of 12 is 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4. 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4. What adds up to 8? The 2 and the 6. So I'm going to have a 3x squared. That did not change. I'm going to have a plus 4. The first and the last term did not change. But someplace I'm going to put a 2x and a 6x, okay? I'm going to split that 8x up into two terms so I can do factor by grouping. But where do I put them? Well, there's a 3 in the 6x. I'm going to put that there. 6x. I'm going to put the 2x here because there's a 2 in the 4. And put a plus sign in between. What do I get? I have 3x squared plus 6x plus the 2x plus the 4. Now that looks like the first example. We have to do that first step, okay? Now I can do factor by grouping. What can I factor out of the first two? A 3x. Great. That's going to give me x plus 2. What can I factor out of the next two terms? I could factor out a 2. That's going to give me x plus 2. Now you see that x plus 2? We can factor that out. We're going to write that right here, right in the front. X plus 2 with parentheses. Now there's a 3x and a 2, right? Okay, well we're going to put parentheses. We're going to put that 3x in. 3x plus the 2. And that's what it equals. And that is factoring by grouping. Let's do a couple more examples, okay? All right, next one, 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. We don't have 4 terms, we have 3. We want to make it 4 terms. Do you remember what to do? Step 1, A times A, I want to make it red, A times C. That's 2 times 3 equal to 6. Let's take a look at the factors of 6. What are the factors of 6? 1, 6, 2, 3. Which ones add up to 7? Yes, that's right, the 1 and the 6. Great. Now, the first term, 2x squared, doesn't change. The 3 doesn't change. They're not going anywhere. But that 7x, I want to split it up. Now, I'm going to split it up into x and 6x, the 1 and the 6. Where did I get the 1x and the 6x? I looked at those factors that add up to 7x. I want to put those terms in the middle. But where do I put them? Okay, well, if I put the x here next to the 2x squared, that might work. That might work. Let's put the x there. And let's put the 6x here. Okay? And put a pluses in the middle because they're all pluses right now. So now I have 2x squared plus x plus 6x plus 3. Can I factor something out of each one? Yeah, sure. Out of each pair, right? The first two. What can I factor out? I can factor out an x. That's going to give me 2x plus 1. What can I factor out of the next two? I could factor out a 3. That's going to give me 2x plus 1. Voila, perfect. Now I'm going to take that 2x plus 1 and I'm going to write it right here, 2x plus 1. Okay? Now I'm going to put parentheses and I'm going to include what they have multiplied in front of them. There's an x plus 3, an x and a 3 with a plus. Okay? And that is going to give me my answer. Okay? 2x plus 1 times x plus 3. Does it work? Yes. How do you know it works, Mr. Ray? Well, if you multiply outside times outside, in a video, this is from a video I did before, you're going to get 6x. Inside times inside, x. That adds up to the middle term. Okay? That adds up to the middle term. Remember, it was 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. That adds up to the middle term. Okay? Great. Now, let's try one. Next one is going to be on your own. Okay, but before I move on, it would be great, guys, if you could like and subscribe. That really helps the channel. It really helps me to get the content out to those students that need math help. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, last example. We have 4x squared plus 11x plus 6. Can you do this on your own? Please try this on your own. It's a very good idea that you try these guys, and then I check. So go ahead and try it on your own. Pause the video. I'll be right here. Great. Welcome back. Okay. Now, what is A times C? Well, that's going to be 24, right? Let's take a look at the factors of 24 that add to 11. Well, that's 3 and 8. So the first term stays where it is. The last term stays where it is. And we're going to have a 3x and an 8x in the middle. We split these two up. Okay? Where are we going to put them, though? Well, 3x, I guess we could put the 3x next to the 4x squared because we factor out an x, but I kind of like this 8x idea. Let's put that there. Let's put the 8x here, and let's put the 3x here. Okay, great. Now, can we factor something out of the first two terms? Yeah. What can we factor out of the first two terms? We can factor out a 4. We could factor out an x. We're going to get an x plus 2. Can we factor out something out of 3x plus 6? Yes. We could factor out a 3, and we get x plus 2. Okay, great. Did you get this far? Now, what can we factor out of both of these? This binomial, parentheses, x plus 2. Great. Now, we're going to have another set of parentheses. The 4x comes down. Come on down, 4x. And then we have that plus 3. Plus 3, okay? And that is going to give me it's the same as 4x squared plus 11x plus 6. All right, factor by grouping, factor by grouping. Okay, great. Again, my name is Mr. Ray. I am here to help you. If you have any questions, comments, leave them on down below, okay? Because I would love to hear about what you guys are struggling with, what your math questions are, and I can even do a video specifically when somebody has a math question. Thanks for watching. In the next video, it's going to be part 2 of this when we look at cubics. We look at cubics. For example, a cubic could be 6x to the third plus 9x squared minus 4x minus 6. This is a cubic because it has a third power, and we can use factor by grouping on cubics. So stay tuned for the next one. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.